Welcome children. Take out your history book. Chapter 10 Introduction of Modern Education. Today I am going to give you the question answers of this chapter. Question 1. What kind of education system existed in the early 19th century? Answer. In the early 19th century, education was a privilege of the rich and upper class. Very few received Western education or were taught in English. Education was religious in nature with a vast majority of people being taught in the Pashalas or Madrasa where the medium of instruction was regional with no fixed curriculum. Question 2. What was the Carter Act of 1813 famous for? Answer. The Carter Act of 1813 was set apart with a sum of 1 lakh rupee for the purpose of spreading literature and science in India. Though the grant was sanctioned, but no heed was taken that the medium of instruction should be whether for promoting modern education or traditional learning, and so the grant lay untouched for 2 decades. Question 3. What were the reasons for promoting modern education in India? Answer. The reasons for promoting modern education in India were: number 1. To create a class of Indians who could be employed at lower salaries in the civil services, thereby reducing the heavy expenditure incurred by the British in running the administration. Number 2. To develop a taste for British goods, which would increase the profits of British manufacture. Number 3. To improve the intellectual standards of the Indians and encourage them to think in a rational and logical manner. Question 4. Why did many Indians opt for the modern system of education? Answer. Many Indians opted for the modern system of education because this education system was open to all regardless of caste, sex or creed, and it facilitated the growth of knowledge and the ideas of democracy, nationalism and socialism among the Indians. Question 5. What were the 2 opinions that emerged on the type of education to be promoted in India? Answer. The 2 opinions that emerged on the type of education to be promoted in India were: number 1. An education system that would help India to recover their sense of dignity and self-respect. Number 2. A new system of education known as Naya Talim, which visualized a new form of learning as against the conventional education system which compartmentalized formal education and real life, and to aim at bridging the gap and receiving an education that solved problems faced in real life. Question F1. Why did a major percentage of Indian community remain illiterate? Answer. A major percentage of Indian community remain illiterate because very little attention was paid to primary education. Number 2. Why did the Christian missionaries set up schools in India? Answer. The Christian missionaries were primarily interested in spreading Christians through education, as they were pioneers in the spread of Western education, and so the Christian missionaries set up schools in India. Question 3. Discuss the important points of Oost Dispatch. Answer. Oost Dispatch was a committee set up by the British Parliament to decide the policy for education in India. According to the policy, Western sciences and knowledge should be made compulsory and English was established as a medium of instruction at all levels. Question 4. How did the modern education help the Indians? Answer. Modern education system brought the Indians into close contact with new developments happening around the world with regards to rational and scientific ideas in science and technology. It facilitated the growth of knowledge and the ideas of democracy, nationalism and socialism amongst the Indians. Question 5. How were the Indians united after being educated? Answer. The spread of modern education forged a sense of unity across the country as people were beginning to be inspired by the same ideas of liberty, equality and democracy, and they became the pioneer of social reform movements and nationalism in India. Now take out your diary, write chapter 10 Introduction of Modern Education, explain question answers given, homework, revise it. And with this I am ending my today's class. Goodbye.